Don't go outside because it's expensive out here. I'm ready to go back inside at this point because this can't keep happening. Like, this cannot keep happening. It's not okay. Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how much money I was able to save in June to go towards saving up for my first house. Spoiler alert, I saved zero money. Just want to get that out of the way. June was a very expensive month for me, like a very expensive month. And I was not able to put any extra money towards my savings. So, you know, you can stop watching the video here because that's mainly what I'm gonna say by the end of it. But if you want to know more details and why I was not able to save any money and everything that went wrong in June, because there was a lot of unexpected things that happened in June. So if you want to know all the details to that, then stay tuned. Okay, so I was able to save $3.56. That is how much that savings account went up. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I am keeping my house fund in a high yield savings account. I use Ally Bank. I made a whole video about their savings account and their bucket features and how you can like separate your different goals into buckets. And I have a bucket for saving up for the house, and that's where all the money sits. Because it's a high yield savings account, you make a little more interest than you normally would. Like if you use like one of the big banks, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they have really low interest rates on their savings account. But the high yield savings account gets you a little bit more, and I was able to make the $3.56 in interest. So gotta be happy for the small wins. But yeah, other than that, I was not able to add anything else. So one of the things why I wasn't able to save any more money was I went over budget on a lot of things. June was my first full month being back outside. I am fully vaccinated. I'm still one of the people who wears masks when going out, especially like in big settings. I don't feel comfortable, but I have been going out, like meeting friends, going downtown, things like that. And when you're more social, it gets expensive. So one thing that people don't think about, gas. I used to, like, a lot of 2020, I would get gas like one time a month. And that would be enough for me to go from the grocery store and back, or like Target and back. I wasn't going anywhere, so I wasn't using a lot of gas. And this was my first full month, like going over to my friend's house. It's like 30 minutes from me, doing that multiple times throughout the month. And yes, spent more money on gas, spent more money eating out. I have a fun category, which is like doing fun things. Went over that and went over shopping as well. Now, at the beginning of the month, I knew that I was going to be shopping for some high priced things. Like I got a new luggage set. I knew that was coming. But even outside of that, still spent more money on shopping. Not too much, but still, like, I went over. Another thing that changed for June, I have decided to add a new budget that is called beauty. So basically, I've decided that I want to start getting my nails done and getting a pedicure once a month. So I'm not spending like a huge amount of money there, but that is more money than usual. I've started doing what's called sugar waxing or sugaring. It's a form of wax that's based off of sugar. You can go look it up if you want more details. But I've started doing that. That is additional money. Not this month, but next month, I'm going to start paying someone to retighten my hair. I have locks, if you can't tell, and I do interlocking to keep up the maintenance with my roots. I've been doing that myself for the past 2.5 years, and it's just, I'm really slow with it. I'm really, really slow. and it's gotten to the point where I'm willing to pay someone to do that. So I did that back in June, and I'm going to do it again in August. So that's going to go under my beauty budget as well. But anyway, so that's a new category. That's where I was getting at with that. So those are 2 reasons. So going over budget on certain categories and the new budget that is beauty. So those things. Also, June is the month that my car insurance is due. So that's like $500 there, close to $500. And if you saw my other videos, I have been using sinking funds to prepare for car insurance. So it wasn't, I did some of that money I've been saving over the past 6 months of 2021, but that was due this month. Also, I forgot that my car taxes and registration are also due in June. Completely forgot about that. Had to pay for that, so that was unexpected. That was close to $250 doing that. I signed up for some new subscriptions unexpectedly. I do think they're worth it, but that was more money that I wasn't planning on. So what was that? That's close to like $60. I forgot that renter's insurance was due this month. There goes $70. Father's Day was in June. I did budget to get my dad a gift. I did not budget for something else though. Me, my siblings, and my first cousins, they decided, well, I think one of my siblings and a first cousin decided to get like a group gift for our grandfather. And that wasn't budgeted for, so had to come up with money for that. Which like isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, I didn't budget for that. I like, if we're gonna do stuff like that, I like knowing in advance. Because, you know, I'm forever the planner. I like to know things in advance. Just give me like some time and then I can budget for that. What else? Oh, my car got towed in June. Yes. I told you I started being social this month, and I went to a friend's apartment. Now they told me that they don't tow except on holidays. I went over there. It was not a holiday. I was parked. I was in their apartment, and it was like midnight or so, 1 o'clock. And they were walking me out so that, I didn't have to walk in the parking lot by myself at night. And they were like, Simone, where's your car? And I was like, oh, I parked it over there. I parked it over there. And I didn't see the car. And it was so sad. I even took out my keys and I was like, but it was right over there. And I was like, oh no, it happened. It actually happened. And I've been over their place like multiple times, and this has never happened. And I've left late at night multiple times. Still has never happened. So I don't know why it happened at this point. So I got there like maybe 8 or so. And me and one friend, we left, came back around 10 or 11. And then another person who lives there, they came in and they didn't see my car, but they also didn't know where I parked. So they didn't think to tell me like, oh, I didn't see your car outside. They just assumed that I parked on like another side. So this was like 11 or 12. So somewhere in the hour or so gap that I was there before this other person came, they towed my car. And that ended up being $200 and a huge ordeal and headache for me. I was so upset. They had to drive me home that night. The next morning or afternoon, they came and picked me up and had to drive me like 30 minutes across town to go pick up my car, and it was just like like I've never had my car towed before. It just felt like such an invasion of privacy. It's like, how did you just stole my car? It's like, that's what it felt like. It felt like my car had been stolen. I came outside and my car was gone. And it's just, whoo, I was upset. Because another thing, like, they do have assigned visitor parking, but it's only like 6 parking spaces. And like, that apartment complex has way more than 6 units. Like, it's not enough visitor parking. So it's like, what do you expect people to do? I was upset, but I paid it. But I was upset. So those were all the main things that happened in June, which is why I was not able to add any money to my savings for buying a house. And not only that, I also wasn't able to contribute anything to sinking funds this month. So if you watch my budget videos, you know that every month I put money towards sinking funds, and I wasn't even able to do that this month. Like, that's how expensive June was. And it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It felt like every 5 days something happened, and it was just, oh. But that's where I ended June. So I now have $7,593.46 in an account that I'm saving up money to buy my first home. So if you've seen my other videos, I've been able to put like $1,000+ every month towards it. So to only add in $3.56, and that's only because of the interest that the account grew that month. That's pretty different for me. So I don't really feel good about that. But that is life. I'm trying to build the channel on transparency and being honest with you guys. And, you know, sometimes we have money wins, and then sometimes we have money losses, money fails. Yeah, that is life. Just wanted to share with you guys what happened this month. I hope that you guys had a better financial month in June than I did. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, write some comments down below, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.